Hello internets, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody and this is the Christian News Show we do every Tuesday. And today's news show is going to be light, which is nice sometimes. In fact, the first story of the day really isn't a story, it's more of just like a rant on my part. Not that it's a big deal, but I was going through the news stories and I found a headline that said Ash Wednesday or Valentines Day. This year, it's a choice between them. For those who don't know what Ash Wednesday is, because not all Christians celebrate it, it is the beginning of Lent. But Lent is a 40-day fast and it doesn't have to be about food. It can be anything from social media to soda. A lot of churches also have a service for Ash Wednesday. And so I should say, I understand that if you are fasting food altogether, which first of all, 40 days, you're crazy. I know you get Sundays off, but still, that's awesome. Then yeah, it's gonna be really hard to have a romantic dinner when you can't eat. But I think what the article is trying to say is that it's hard to have a romantic night with your wife if you're going to an Ash Wednesday service. Which again, I understand, but you're wrong. I mean, if you ask me, worshiping God as a couple is romantic. I don't know, it kind of bothers me, this thought that going to church is going to interrupt your romantic night instead of add to it. I mean this, try worshiping with your significant other. It's almost uncomfortable at first because it's such an intimate situation. Also, I totally blame this book for focusing our marriage on God. If you don't believe that Christianity and romance can be compatible, you may want to redefine what romance is to you. Unless, you don't consider yourself a Christian, in which case, well, never mind. And then next up, I want to give a shout out to actor Terry Crews. I had my suspicions, but I didn't realize that he was a Christian. I don't watch a lot of award shows, but hearing that Terry Crews is hosting one definitely kind of piques my curiosity. He's gonna be hosting Movie Guy's 26th Faith and Values Awards, which, not gonna lie, I didn't realize that was a thing, but it's Terry Crews, so I might actually check it out. He's absolutely hilarious, he's an inspiring family man, and I just love the things that he stands for. And yeah, even though it makes a ton of sense, I didn't realize that he was a Christian until I stumbled upon a Relevant magazine interview, so shout out to Relevant magazine as well. You'll be able to catch the Faith and Values Awards February 2nd, 2018. And from that, we go to the final story of the day, which is about Google Home. For those who don't know, Google Home is kind of like iPhone Siri, but it's something that you actually put in your house. Alexa is another one of these home assistants. They can play music, they can turn things off for you if you have the right tech set up. And you can also ask them questions. What's the weather like? How far is it to Disney World? Who is this person? And usually what happens here is it goes to the internet. So if it's trying to figure out someone's biography, it's going to open up Wikipedia. If it's going to look up the direction of something, probably in the Google Maps database. And so a man named David Sams, and I've also seen a bunch of other people doing this as well, asked it a series of questions. So they'd ask, who is Muhammad? They'd get an answer from Wikipedia. Who is Buddha? They would get an answer from Wikipedia. But when they'd ask, who is Jesus? It'd say, sorry, I can't answer that. And so, of course, the Christians on the internet are going crazy. Why aren't you telling people about Jesus, but you'll tell everyone about everything else? In my opinion, that doesn't surprise me, at all. Siri was kind of like that at the very beginning. Now she doesn't answer any questions about religion. I asked my phone these questions just to see what would happen, and it seems like it's probably the fix to this is going to be what my phone is doing. Okay, Google, who is Jesus?
Religion can be complicated and I'm still learning.
Okay, Google, who is Muhammad?
Religion can be complicated and I'm still learning.
Okay, Google, who is Buddha?
Religion can be complicated and I'm still learning.
And so I don't know if those answers have been programmed since this has gone viral or if this is what the Google Assistant on phones has been doing. But either way, it's most likely that Google is going to be doing this with their home assistants as well, because then they can stay vague. Personally, I'd love to see it to go the other way, where you're having the religious leaders of each religion answer those questions and then Google Assistant regurgitating that information. I think it'd be really cool if you said, who is Muhammad? And it gave you very in-depth details about who Muhammad is, and the person was really kind of trying to sway you towards Islam. But then you could ask the device, can you tell me about Jesus? And it could give you the gospel. Because there's going to be two types of people that are asking these questions. People who are already religious that are just curious, and people who are in need of something more. Like when you're going to Google Assistant for religious advice, you're desperate. And I wish that it wouldn't just say, sorry, you're out of luck. I really like that my phone says I'm still learning, because that kind of gives me hope that maybe we'll get something like that in the future. And I'm totally fine with other religions giving their best as well, because I just believe that Jesus and his story is going to beat them out every time. It's an easy way that device can provide a little hope. But question of the day, how do you feel about Google Home not telling people about Jesus, but telling people about everything else? Do you think that is right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's intentional? Or do you think that it was probably just an accident? I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below with your answer. I feel like it wasn't an accident. I think they were just not really thinking about all the other religions. But that's just me. I'm curious what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment down below. As always, my name is CodyArmour, bringing Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Tuesday. We'll see you next week. Love you all. God bless.